Okay, alright guys, welcome back again with awesome tutorial on object-oriented programming language in PHP. So let's get started. So let's try to create a class. I'll call a person here. So which I've got the following attributes. The first one is going to be the name of the person, which is going to be public, and an age also, which is going to be public also. Yeah. I'm going to discuss about the visibilities maybe on the next tutorial, but for this tutorial only, keep it in mind this thing can be accessed anywhere in our program since it is public. So these two things are the attributes, and to fake the attributes you will use something called a method. Sometimes it's called an operation. So let's try to make an operation that will take the name and the age and say to this person. Okay, so let's create a method called public function, which is going to be get data, for instance, and I'm going to pass two parameters here. The first one is going to be the name, and the other is going to be the age. So there's something that I need to explain here. There's something which is called this. This operator refers to anything which is referred to on this class. So if there is a global variable called a name here, it's not going to access that thing, but rather it's going to target this thing here. So I'm going to use this name, and I'm going to set this name which refers to this name, and I'm going to this name, and I'm going to make this value name. So let me make this value name here, and I'm going to refer this age is equals to age here. So this function is going to set name and age for the object that's created for the class. So I'm going to discuss about objects also. So to discuss about objects are an instance of a class. So whenever there is a person, so for instance, I'm a person, okay? So I'm an instance of a person. That's what it refers to. So you can have birds also. So if there is a pigeon is kind of a bird, so pigeon can be an object of a class called bird. So let's try to make an object. So before that, let's try to require this file, which is going to be amma.php. And to create object in a PHP, it's very simple. You'll use a keyword called person. So when you make new person, this thing is going to instantiate object for you guys. So let's give our object a name. So let's create an object called this. So when I create this thing going to allow me to create an object of a particular class. So let's try to access these methods here. So there is a method called get data here. So if I want to access this method, I will use this operator here, and I'm going to pass value called get data here. So this function here going to accept two parameters. The first one which is going to be the name, and the other which is going to be the age. So let's provide the name here. So let's call this thing Sensei here, and let's pass the age to be 90. So starting from now on, this value called name is going to be Sensei, and this age is going to be 90 here. So let's try to echo out to the user. So let's use echo here, and let's use this object to access that public variable which is called name, and let's say is, and let's append the age also, and I'm going to say years old. Okay, so this is my program. So let's try to see our output here. So it says Tensei is 90 years old. So we make a function, we access this function using an object. We also provide the name and the age to be accessed by this particular object here. So on the next tutorial, I'm going to show you another type of function which is called constructor. So till we meet on the next tutorial, keep on liking, keep on sharing my videos with your friend. Peace and love. Ciao.